transition to high school is difficult for many students, new teachers, new classmates, and a new environment. For one SeaTac student, the first year was extremely hard. RadioActive's Kouther Ahmed talks with her brother about his move to an American school.
My brother, Ahmed, grew up in South Africa. His childhood was pretty different than mine. I was used to taking trips to the beach every weekend as a kid in SeaTac, but Ahmed remembers playing outside with friends every day after school.
Me, I was playing with sand, eating sand. I was playing with marbles, playing rugby in the mud in my 4th grade. I was playing with a bunch of friends. I'll never forget their names. It was 3 of them. We were playing 2v2s.
Ahmed moved to the United States with our dad at age 15. This was a huge change, especially when he came to school. He found himself in a new world.
Back home, everything was kind of manual, everything was done with the hands. Like over here, I got here, the first thing I got handed was a Chromebook, laptop. Ooh, man, when I got the Chromebook the first time, I was like, man, we use technology over here, even though I had no idea how to use it.
That wasn't the only struggle for Ahmed. There were a lot of differences between what he learned in his old school in South Africa and his new school in SeaTac.
I guess I spoke in an accent that people would understand. I spoke really fast. And most teachers really had a hard time understanding me. Even in my essay writing, I wrote in a whole different type of style. Like it's just, and they asked me, how did I learn this type of way of writing? I told them, South Africa,
These differences started to pile up. One day in math class, his teacher taught the order of operations, but he was taught differently than he had learned.
Yeah, I had a meltdown. I was like, what the hell are they teaching me now? I was so confused.
Ahmed knew he would learn new things in his American school, but didn't realize how much he needed to relearn. This made him self-conscious. But after a few years in SeaTac, things started to change.
I started, opening up, becoming more confident, becoming less shy, getting out of my comfort zone, joined a bunch of programs. Like that's when I started realizing, I actually love talking a lot. I don't know why I was so shy in the beginning.
Ahmed is now a student at Highland College. He wants to become a physical therapist.
And physical therapist is not just, just massaging and all that. I actually talk to my patients, help them out, ask them how their lives is like. And I actually like knowing, and how a person is doing and all that. And that's a perfect job for me.
Moving to the States has been Ahmed's biggest challenge, but he never made it an excuse for him to not pursue his dreams. The difficult things in life can make us strong in the end, and it takes courage to let go of the familiar and embrace the new. For RadioActive, this is Kouther Ahmed.
Kouther Habtemichael takes us back in time when Ethiopia and Eritrea was at war. He was 17 at the time and talks about what life was like back home, what struggles he faced and sacrifices he made in order to live his life freely. RadioActive's Sam Habtemichael has more.
Kouther Habtemichael was happy with family and friends back in Ethiopia. He had an enjoyable life that included a big support system. Kouther is my dad, and he likes to tell me about his life in Ethiopia.
When I wasn't grown up in Ethiopia, not like America, we have to play from morning to night, and all neighborhoods are watching us. I miss that social life.
For me, the bits and pieces he shares of what his life was like in Ethiopia as a child, it's eye-opening, because it's also a sad experience when he was forced to leave. He was 17 when the war began. He was given a choice to escape and to live independently, leaving his family behind, or to remain and become a soldier. So he left. My dad had to walk 15 days without solid food in his system. He survived off of dirty water. It was over 90 degrees while he was crossing the border to Kassala, east of Sudan. He was surrounded by groups of people escaping. The only time they could travel was during the night. This way, they could have a cooler temperature and wouldn't risk being spotted and attacked.
It was scary. I was young. If they got me, or in Ethiopia they got me, I'd be in the jail. Eritrean, if they got me, I'd be a soldier. So when I was, if I be in Eritrea, if I make, they be me soldier, that means I'm fighting with my brother. My brother is an Ethiopian soldier. So I was praying every single day and night. So I was, how I'm escaping, I'm get out from here.
Although scared for his life, his father once told him something motivational. You have to solve by peace, not war. So he kept that positive mindset throughout his journey. There were times he wanted to give up, but he was confident there was a good life ahead of him. Eventually, he made it to Sudan and found family there who provided him with job and shelter. But unexpectedly, Fitum got very ill. He couldn't talk, stand, or even take care of himself.
I was sick. I was sleeping for 6 months on a bed because malaria. The people they was thinking, and these guys be not staying today and they be die tomorrow.
Hearing this through my dad's voice was really hard for me to imagine. Thankfully, he wasn't alone. He had his cousin to stick by him.
He was sacrificed for me a lot of things. He was working and he didn't say anything, one word. Still now I appreciate him.
Even though they were introduced as cousins, they were complete strangers. My dad was grateful. After he recovered, he spent 10 years of his life in Sudan. Then he got news that it was safe for him to return back home, Ethiopia. He spent 3 years in Ethiopia until the war started again. This time, he escaped to Kenya, where he met my mom. They were given the opportunity to move to America and start a fresh life. I'm about the same age now that my dad was when he first left Ethiopia, and I can't really imagine it. It took a lot of guts and bravery. Now he's settled and stable. He's just living life, guiding us, and giving us advice.
I'm so happy because I'm close with my kids. They know what I need. I know what they need. If I'm not close, I don't know them. So I'm so glad. I'm so happy. That's a good thing for me.
For RadioActive, I'm Samrawite Habtemichael.